Alex wakes up with his heart in a vice. Her words from last night echo in his mind. I can't do this anymore. He lies in bed, kneels, digging into the sheets, staring at the ceiling like it holds the answers. In his sleepless haze, he replays every fight, every painful memory. He doesn't call his friends or rage at the world yet. He's too stunned to move. He recalls something he heard once. Missing someone isn't a weakness, but the echo of a deep bond. For now, though, Alex is completely crushed by grief. Alex fumbles for his phone. He wants to text, "I'm sorry, can we talk?" but stops himself. Instead, he silently scrolls through her social media feed, thumb hovering. Each photo of them together feels like salt in an open wound. Even now, he can't quite accept it's over. He almost chokes on a sob, trapped by fear and confusion. Right now, tomorrow seems impossible. He's clinging to the tiny sliver of hope that this isn't really the end. When reality finally registers, Alex panics. He calls and texts again, apologizing, making promises, pleading through the night. Each unanswered message feels like a punch to the gut. In his desperation, he starts practically stalking her life, checking every social platform, rehearsing voicemails he'll never send, and even showing up at spots she loves, hoping for a chance meeting. Everything in him screams that he must fix this, but it's tearing him apart. He's like a junkie craving a fix. I can't lose you. I'll do anything, he thinks, voice cracking. In fact, a breakup coach warned that this desperate, I'll do anything energy often backfires. It pushes the other person away. Right now, Alex hasn't realized that. All he hears is the deafening silence she's left behind. After hours of pleading and praying, desperation curdles into raw fury. Alex throws his phone across the room. It shatters against the wall. Anger floods his veins as he storms around the apartment, cursing under his breath. Words he never thought he'd say echo off the walls. I can't believe she did this. What a jerk. Part of him feels potent again, as if for a moment he's on top. Now he blames her for all the pain. She's gonna regret this, he snarls. In these moments, Alex feels almost powerful, though tears still glisten in the corners of his eyes. At least with anger, he's not wishing to be back with her. Even fury is a step away from numbness. A few days later, Alex hits a wall of exhaustion. One sleepless night, he slides down the bathroom wall until he's sitting on the cold floor. His anger is spent. All that's left is a hollow ache. For the first time, it really sinks in. She might not come back. He reaches for his phone and deletes her number from contacts. There's no dramatic confrontation, just a solemn silence. Alone on that cold floor, Alex finally remembers some hard-won advice. The heart doesn't heal on command. He mutters it to himself like a mantra. This isn't about weakness, it's just how healing works. He takes a shaky breath and decides to give them both the space they need to truly move forward. Alex blocks her on his phone and logs out of all her social apps. He stares at the blank screen where her name once was and steels himself. There will be no more checking, no more messages from his side. He's finally giving himself real space. Now, to rebuild himself, he throws every ounce of energy into healthy routines. Each morning, he pushes through a workout, channeling anger into strength. He calls old friends again, even if it's hard to find words. Their company reminds him he's not alone. Slowly, he returns to abandoned hobbies, a cooking class, lazy weekend bike rides, playing his guitar again. Each evening, he catches himself reaching for his phone, then pulls back and writes one sentence in a new journal. Anger today, gratitude tomorrow. He remembers the advice of a relationship coach about taking a 21-day no-contact break.
It's not a magic fix, just an emotional detox, giving him a real break from the chaos. He tells himself 21 days is the bare minimum to start healing. In fact, he hears the coach's voice. Space means you're not reopening that wound every time you talk. So Alex stays away completely. knowing that with each day of silence, he's doing the right and hardest thing, even if it doesn't feel like healing yet. Cut contact, no calls, no texts, no social media peaks. This stops the fresh pain that every notification would bring. Move his body. He goes to the gym, runs, lifts weights. Each drop of sweat or stride clears his head a bit. Lean on friends. He meets a buddy for beers or just venting. Laughter and support remind him he's worth caring about. Fill his time. He picks up small projects, cooking a new recipe, reading a book, anything to keep his mind busy and building confidence. Daily check-ins. Each night he writes one thing he did for himself and one thing he's grateful for. Even little wins, like getting out of bed count. Gradually, something shifts. After 2 weeks of no contact, the raw panic in Alex's chest loosens a little. He still misses her, but he starts thinking about himself too. 1 month in, Alex hardly recognizes himself. The dark circles under his eyes have faded, replaced by sharper eyes that look forward, not down. His workouts are transforming his body. He stands taller, his shoulders firm. He's sleeping and eating better, and small victories begin to stack up. Acing a presentation, nailing a guitar riff, even making a joke with a crush that makes him smile. Each day reminds him he's alive and capable. Quietly, Alex begins to accept a powerful truth. I deserve better. He repeats those words in his head. He recalls a psychologist insight about surviving heartbreak.
When you get through something so painful, you realize I can handle anything. I deserve better. Those words now fuel him. He starts to casually meet new people, not to replace her, but because he knows he can. One new friend's encouraging text boosts his mood. A dating app compliment reminds him he's still attractive. With each step, his confidence rebuilds. Alex also becomes strict with himself. He won't tolerate disrespect or games anymore. If someone he's seeing makes him feel bad, he walks away. He sets a standard: honesty and effort from others, or none from him. Even when he lies awake at night thinking about her, he gets up and does something positive for himself instead. Every morning, he wakes up with the mantra, I am moving on. I am moving up. By now, Alex has transformed the pain into personal power. As Alex builds this new life, subtle changes appear. A friend mentions that she looked upset at a party. Another notices that one of her friends read a recent post of his. He doesn't chase these clues, but in quiet moments, it occurs to him, maybe she's wondering what happened to him. In these moments, Alex reflects on time. He remembers a study finding it takes years to be halfway over an ex. Shocked by that, he actually feels proud of himself. In just a few months, he's already well past the halfway point that takes years for most people. If emotional wounds fade so slowly, then he's far ahead of the curve. He also understands why his absence might finally register for her. By walking away, he forced the breakup to be real for both of them. He's alive and well, so she now has to feel what she lost. Maybe she misses seeing his name pop up, but he isn't counting on it. Alex stands a little taller now, knowing he held his ground. He's living by his own standards, and that's victory enough. When does she start missing him? That question has lost its power. Alex has found himself again, set his own worth above all else, and stopped waiting for her regrets. He is moving on with or without her regret. Research shows heartbreak isn't weakness. It's normal to feel attached long after a breakup. Emotional bonds often take years to fade, and experts emphasize giving both sides space to heal. These insights remind Alex that his struggle is human, and that step by step, he's gradually reclaiming his life.